The leader of Nox summons a gate which led to countless creatures having their way on Earth, while claiming the time for purging has come. He then welcomes a shadowy monster that takes the form of a golden being just like Neteros in Hunter x Hunter. It appears that Joan died after confronting Jeagle. His grandfather, Yazan, who is also a member of the Six, vows to avenge his grandson, even if it costs him his life. We then get to learn Jeagle's history. When he was a kid, his mother gave him to the chairman of a large company to clear up her debt. His new father then told him that family and love can only be achieved by those with power and money, and those who don't have them are losers. Years later, after gotten beaten by Lipio, he accepted to receive a Charyok from Mansok, who implanted it on his body. Using his new ability, he murdered his adoptive father and inherited his fortune. In the present time, he is still fighting Lipio. He unleashes a bunch of big titans on Lipio, but he's able to dispatch them, all being enraged by what happens to his teammates. On the other hand, Commissioner O is fighting the creatures alongside Commissioner Q, who seems to enjoy himself after claiming that the association will have to pay him 10 millions for each creature he slays. Just like he did before, Park is containing the golden statue to crash on Earth. Lipio got the upper in his fight against Jeagle, kicking him like he did some years ago, but before taking the finishing blow, he is absorbed by Jeagle's Charyok that somehow managed to extract the key from Lipio's body. Before swallowing it, one of the angel takes the key from him. It tries to fly away but is attacked by Seo and Bong, who are then attacked by Mandiok, who managed to retrieve the key. When he tries to destroy it, he's kicked in the face by Mori, who picked it, wondering if that's what they've been after. Realizing that Mujin was not able to stop Nox, the American president, who suspiciously looks like Iron Man, has decided a massive nuclear strike on Seoul to destroy all the Nox creatures. Park Mujin then decides to teleport Lipio alongside the rest of the tournament participant to some sort of sanctuary to keep them safe until he puts everything in order. In the sanctuary, Dewi reveals his Charyok, which is generation of water containing healing power. He uses it on Sunga and Ryu. He then claims they'll have to find Mori alongside the others and get out of there, because if everyone was sent in the sanctuary, Jeagle must be there too. Jeagle then appears behind them. Mori applies some pressure points to stop Lipio's bleeding. He wakes up, asking Mori to keep the key safe and not let Jeagle have it under any circumstances, claiming something terrible will happen if he does. Back in Seoul, the city is evacuating every habitant due to the missiles approaching. The commissioners alongside Park Mujin are trying to contain the creature's attacks. On the other hand, Jeagle asks for the location of the key, but Mira and Dewi refuse to tell him. He attacks and overpowers them. Dewi and Mira then decide to combine their Charyok to fight him. Jeagle is able to defeat them. Mori then arrives, asking Jeagle why he's doing all this. He answers he is a winner and as such, he can do whatever he wants. He tells by getting the key, he will become a perfect winner and makes everything he wants his. Just as the city is about to be destroyed by the missiles and the giant creature, all the citizens with every other persons there simultaneously got teleported away by a mysterious voice. It is Yazan, Joan grandfather and member of the Six. He uses his alchemy to turn the nuclear weapons into a statue that he uses to hit the golden creature before backing it up with a meteor just like Madara. He then tells he will avenge his grandson by taking Mandiok with him. A huge explosion then occurs in the city, destroying everything. Mori and the others are somehow taken back to the devastated land. Mori, not paying attention, is captured by Jeagle, who took the key from him and consumes it. He is then reborn, growing from an infant, then sprouts angel wings, and finally ascends to a godly form. When looking at Jeagle in his new form, Mori has a set of flashbacks, the same he has when he was fighting Lipio. Jeagle attacks Mira, tossing her into Dewi. The trio put a valiant effort against him but are easily held down by Jeagle, who claims he's now a god. Mori then say he doesn't care and he will make him pay for what he has done to Lipio and his teammate. He then applies some pressure point on his chest, making him faster. He then heads to Jeagle for some kicks alongside Dewi and Mira, who uses their Charyok. They land some strikes on Jeagle, but he's too powerful to go down that easily. He throws a spear on them. But Dewi, just like Ace in One Piece, and Neji, takes the hit. This has something triggers in Mori. He then sees his past where he was Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, and was able to eliminate gods and devils by himself. As he woke up from this dream, his eyes turned blue, and a crown-like headband manifested itself in place of his sleeping mask. Bongshim then claims Mori is the creature Jin Taijin took years ago during his mission and raised him as his grandson. Mori summons his legendary weapons from the sky, changing the size and shape while swinging it with good effect. Becoming incredibly fast, he is able to go one-on-one with Jeagle. With his weapon, he made quick work of the monsters Jeagle created. Eventually, for each person Jeagle has hurt, Mori bashes him. After a good 10 minutes of brilliant martial art moves, Jeagle was simply overpowered by Mori. He started to remind himself that time when Lipio was kicking his ass. Sadly for him, Mori was not done yet. Summoning an entire thunder cloud, Mori unleashes a barrage of lightning bolts on him. This made everyone, even the six, astonished. Park Mujin then states that Mori wasn't like them, that he did not need to borrow power as he was a god himself, the Monkey King. Jeagle, all battered, collapsed on the floor. However, Mori's true form could only last so long. His godly powers then vanished. With no memories about where that power came from, Mori had no clue about his identity. As everyone thought the show was over, Jeagle made one last attempt. He turns into a monster. Dewi and Mira fought back its tentacles, as Mori unsuccessfully tried to summon his power back. It was at this point that Lipio arrived and asked him to rely on his friend and have faith. We then have a beautiful scene as the four friends walk together to bring down the monster. They all combine their attacks and Charaox to hit it. Their attacks work seamlessly, and with Jugok's help, Jin Mori uses his twin blue dragon, ending the monster for good this time. As Jeagle was being consumed by his power, his hand stretched out and he thought back to his mother's last words. Just before he vanished, Lipio grabbed his hand, which he smacked, telling him to let go of him and try to live a good life. As Jeagle is vanishing, Lipio receives a fragment of the key. Kim Neo, one of the six and the progenitor of humankind, made her appearance. Declaring Mori, Mira and Dewi as the winner of the God of Highschool, she agreed to fulfill any wish they had. Torn between asking for his grandfather's return and healing his friends, Mori decided to wish for the full recovery of everyone who has been injured in the battle. As she comforted Mori by confirming that Jin Taijin was alive, he finally entered a deep sleep with a smile on his face. We are then taken through a 3 months time skip, after which the world was changing rapidly. As Park Mujin planning to take the control of the country by becoming the next president and the Nox cult leader, increasing his influence in the world. The rest of the episode then sets up the next season. Lipio is now the protector of the key, and must track down the remaining parts around the world. Mori learns that he is the Monkey King and must return to his homeland to unlock his memories and powers. Mira and Dewi decide to join him in his trip. The last scene shows us Jin Taijin locked up, announcing Mori is now strong enough to win against the gods, against fate, and most of all against himself. So subscribe and turn on the bell to be notified for the release of the season 2. Hope you'll enjoy. Until next time.